You all ready for a real comedian to hit the stage? Two of you. Are the rest of you emotionally and mentally prepared for the next comedian to hit the stage? I gotta get a hell yeah. Can I get a hell yeah? Yeah! Thank you, Table 7. We're back on good terms. All right. I bring to this stage a very good friend of mine, the winner of Central Oregon's Last Comic Standing, Jim Mortenson. Please give it up.
Jake Woodman's here, everybody. How you people feeling?
Yeah.
Feeling good? Right on. I am wired. I am so ready to go tonight. I feel like almost I was part of some elaborate prank by Folgers Coffee that I didn't know about. We've secretly replaced Jim's morning coffee with pure-cut Colombian cocaine. Let's see if he notices. Ding! And speaking of wired, do you guys like the Dutch Brothers coffee huts that they have around here? Have you ever gone to those things? The guys that work there are out of control. You pull up there, still rubbing the sleep out of your eyes. Those guys are right in the window. Hey, how's it going, buddy? How you doing today? I'm okay. Hey, that's right, super duper fantastic. What can I get for you? I was just thinking, hey, you know what we got? We got this tall double shot Grand Light, and it's to die for. It comes with whip. You want to get that? Huh? You want to get that? No, I was just saying, super duper, I'll get that going for you. So, you got a lot planned today? Right on. Hey, right on. Here's that drink I got for you. Hey, feeling the next love? Knuckles. Ugh! It makes me want to go and snort like a case of that 5-hour energy drink and go back and ask him a bunch of questions. Get him so out of his mind he just doesn't even know what to do anymore. He'll just sit there, and just when you get him going, then have him make something he has no idea how to make. Like black coffee. He's just sitting there, Amber, this joker wants coffee black. How do you make it? I saw recently in the news, this young boy, he's 12 years old. He's taking advanced quantum physics classes in college. He graduated high school when he was 8 years old. Can you imagine being like that kid's first grade teacher? Like you go through years of schooling to get your degree. You go through the different volunteering, your volunteering, and then you have to get all your certificates. You're teaching the first grade class, and you're like, okay kids, what sound does a cow make? And this guy's like, well, that all depends on what kind of cow you're talking about and where the larynx is positioned in the throat. I'd look at that kid, I'd be like, hey, fuck you. I will fail you. That goes on your permanent record. They also had, I saw in the news, a Southwest flight that had a hole open up in it. Did you guys see that? Yeah. Like a 5-foot hole opened up on the plane while it's flying. Can you imagine being on that flight? The pilot's like, okay folks, well, not much to see out either side of the airplane. But if you happen to look up, it's a gigantic fucking hole in the ceiling. We're, gotta go ahead and make an emergency landing. Why do pilots talk like that? Right? Every flight I've ever been on, they always talk like that. You think they talk like that all the time? Like they're on a date? Thank you for joining me tonight for some sexy time. I will be climbing on top of you where we will have sex for the next 3 to 4 minutes. Once we're completed, please collect all your belongings. Make your way to the nearest exit, which is the third door on your right. I've been married 16 years. My wife is actually sitting right back in the corner right there. And I remember, like, when you first fell in love. Remember that? Like when you first met that special someone, you were so excited to see that person. You couldn't wait. You always wanted to be dressed your best, always smell good, hair all combed real nice. I remember when I first met my wife, we were at a bar, and I was looking across this crowded dance floor, and as the crowd parted, I saw this vision of beauty. Just this beautiful girl. And our eyes connected. I could see there was something special. And I went up and I asked her to dance, and we talked and laughed the night away. We drank, and the bar started to close. And she says, well, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be back. I never saw that girl again, but her goofy little friend was there, and we've been together ever since. But when we first met, when you first meet that certain someone, God forbid you do anything that makes you look bad. Like, you never want to fart or poop in front of that person, right? For the first 13 years of our marriage, I thought my wife was born without a butthole. We'd be having sex, starting to get it on. She'd be like, stop, wait, no, wait. I'm like, what, the kids? Do you hear the kids? Are the kids coming? She's like, no. Oh, so much better. Okay, go ahead, go. Love you, honey. My wife, she's silly. One of the smartest people I've ever known in my life, really. She is brilliant. And she has these moments where she goes from brilliant to fucking retarded. I have some examples for you. We were driving late one night. It was raining. And as we're driving down this road, a frog jumped across the road. And we drove past it, and my wife looks up. She's like, what was that? What was that? I was about to tell her it was a frog, and she's like, it looked like a crab. We were in La Pine. I'm like, it was a crab. It was a forest crab. She's like, no. And I'm like, yeah. They're out all through. You've never seen them in the woods? You've never been crabbing in the woods? They burrow around the base of trees? She's like, really? For years after that, I had a free excuse to go out every weekend and party with my guy friends. I'd be sitting there, hey, going crabbing again. Good luck, hopefully you catch some this time. Come back Sunday night, plowed out of my mind. We didn't get any this time, maybe next weekend. Another thing that she did is we have 2 teenage boys, and one of our boys is starting to go through that change of life, right? His voice is up and down like a fucking Six Flags roller coaster. And as we were driving over to Portland, my son was telling us this story, and his voice is all over the place. And I turned to him and I go, about time your balls dropped. And my wife says, balls don't drop. And I said, they do drop. She's like, no, that's not true. I'm like, yeah, there's the scrotum. I got all medical terms on her. I'm like, there's the scrotum, but there's no testes in it. They haven't distended yet. She's like, no, I've changed diapers. I know. And I'm like, no, you need to check. A couple weeks later, she's changing my little nephew's diaper, and I see her do just like this. As I peek around the corner, I'm looking at her, and she goes, you liar! She's so little too. She is like 5 foot nothing. She's so tiny. You just want to pick her up and put her in your purse, take her shopping with you. So little, and she scares the shit out of me. It took me 16 years to finally realize, you are little. I will lock your ass in a closet. Maybe a pantry. Maybe a kitchen drawer. Go to get something out of it. Forget that I put her in there. Oh, I forgot I put you in there. Scurry along, you cute little thing. She's all hissing at me and running under the couch. Being married for 16 years, though, we try and keep it sexy, right? You gotta try and, you know, do stuff to keep the spice alive.